Hello, everyone. Welcome to Backyard Musings, broadcasting. I'm in Apple Valley. I'm Steve.
And I'm still in the bunker in Littleton, Colorado, so it won't let me out.
Did you get to visit Stargate headquarters at Cheyenne Mountain?
No, we're a little bit south of that, but
Okay. Well, next time you're near Colorado Springs, head over there and check out the Stargate. I think they're giving tours.
I'm sorry, you said Cheyenne Mountain. Cheyenne Mountain, yeah, that's actually south of us,
Yeah.
down Colorado Springs. But um, Lockheed Martin's got a pretty kind of secretive place here, just right outside of town too. It's kind of interesting, anytime you see tall gates and no admittance kind of stuff. But
Maybe they moved the Stargate there. I mean, they're only giving tours when teams are not coming through the
do they
Stargate.
do they actually give tours at that Cheyenne Mountain?
No, I'm
Oh,
I'm being
I was gonna
that,
say I
that
only
was my funny side.
during what was that movie? War
Yeah,
Game.
Stargate is real. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
All right. Remember the Democrat moral outrage of illegal migrant children being detained in cages, the same cages Obama built and used? The following scandal you will not hear about from the corporate media. The Biden Idiocracy has lost track of more than 320,000 migrant children, according to a recent report from the Department of Homeland Security's Inspector General. Crazy.
yeah. That's that. I mean, that's almost as many people as are in our whole valley that we live in.
Yeah, crazy.
That's a lot.
Gone, poof, gone.
So, hundreds of thousands of children who have shown up at the border without their parents and have been released into the country by the Biden-Harris Idiocracy, which now has no idea where they are. And that's another. How could you do that? How could you send your kids, unattended? I mean, it just boggles my
Catch
mind.
and release. Catch and release.
Yeah. And I understand, trying to give them a better life. So many of these children were likely trafficked into the U.S. by cartels and are vulnerable to abuse, including sex trafficking, labor exploitation. This demonstrates how anti-border policies harm the most vulnerable among us. So,
Yeah. 320,000 children. Where are they?
exactly.
Nobody knows.
I mean, even if it was just 10% of those that were involved in trafficking, that's
still a lot.
That's a huge number. And I don't know, that movie that came out was last year, I guess, Sound of Freedom, or maybe it was earlier this year. That opened my eyes to a lot of just, it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. But that was just an amazing eye opener for me, and I'm sure a lot of other people, how that just exposed that industry. And when they cited those stats that there were more kids involved in sex trafficking that there was more money made in sex trafficking of children than illegal drugs. That's just crazy.
Blows my mind.
Crazy
Yeah.
stuff.
So no group of people is more vulnerable and in need of protection from the powerful than children. Yet the most powerful government in the world has allowed hundreds of thousands of them to vanish. It's scandalous and compounded by corporate media that largely refuse to bring attention to it. The main justification for the Biden-Harris Idiocracy's anti-border policies is the need to treat foreign nationals who make the perilous journey to the U.S. with dignity and compassion. Right? That's what they say.
Right. The Idiocracy has accused its predecessors of heartlessness and callousness for detaining those who enter the country illegally, especially children. And it's creating an environment where cartels and other bad actors are emboldened to exploit and traffic children through Latin America. The Idiocracy's anti-border policies actually encourages parents to send their children to enter the U.S. illegally. I'm sure they're probably getting some kind of compensation, maybe, right? Or maybe not. Maybe it's just.
I would doubt it. The cartels are trying to get money from them to take the kids up there.
Yeah,
and they're not doing it for free.
Yeah, a promise
Coyotes,
so to speak, and it turns out to just be horrendous. So
yeah. Shortly after Biden took office, he exempted unaccompanied children from enforcement action when it came to the use of Title 42 at the border. When the Idiocracy issued an executive order earlier this year to supposedly crack down on illegal migration. Remember that after they've done all they can do, but yet they can do that.
Yeah.
Unaccompanied children were once again exempted from enforcement. This might sound good on paper, but in practice, it serves to reward human trafficking.
Yeah, exactly. So the message these policies send to adults living south of the border is clear. You won't be allowed in after a certain threshold is reached, but your children always will. Okay, so yeah, that's a crazy incentive, right?
Yeah, they think these people are dumb, but they're smart. I want my child to get a better life and hand them over to the coyote.
Yeah, and it turns out to be, obviously worse than what they have.
Yeah.
Many parents will receive this message and pay cartels to take their children to the U.S. While in the custody of human traffickers, some of these children will be abused, exploited, or even raped. After they arrive in the U.S., some will be released to shady and unvetted sponsors, and the abuse and exploitation will continue. This is hardly a compassionate system, which the Idiocracy's policies are enabling. Their policies are designed to avoid bad optics, such as viral images of children being detained in crowded detention centers, instead of avoiding bad outcomes for children who are sent to the U.S. illegally.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind, right? That's what they're thinking.
Yeah. And again, going back to that movie, Sound of Freedom, if you remember that one lady that was involved in that, if you saw the movie or familiar with the story, the one lady that was involved in that was a beauty queen in that country. She had been like Miss,
yeah.
Wales or something. I don't remember what.
And so, she was an evil character. She wasn't like under a sting operation. She was legit trafficking kids.
Yeah, she was the one that lured those kids into that so-called modeling
thing. Yeah,
they vanished. So yeah, you never know. And we've got some pretty heavy hitters right now that are involved in that kind of stuff. Allegedly, I'm not. We're innocent until proven guilty here in this country. So I got to go with they're innocent until they're proven guilty. But yeah, you just never know. There's been some pretty prominent names that have been associated with this kind of stuff, and I don't know. It's crazy.
Policies that reward foreign nationals for sending their kids across the U.S. border lead only to more human trafficking, abuse, and misery. This principle was once widely accepted and was once held by Hillary Clinton, of all people. Quote, "We have to send a clear message. Just because your child gets across the border, that doesn't mean the child gets to stay," the former Secretary of State said in 2014.
Hi, Dad.
Quote, "So we don't want to send a message that is contrary to our laws or will encourage more children to make that dangerous journey," end quote.
And there's nothing wrong with that, right? That's perfect. Out of the mouths of Hillary Clinton. But that's a great message. So why have they gone 180 degrees? It's just crazy.
That's proof that a broken clock is correct twice a day with Hillary Clinton.
Well, they say whatever they need to say at the time. I'm sure she knew that she was going to be running for president at that time in 2016. So she was pandering, yeah. So 320,000 illegal migrant children disappeared.
Vote them out.
Get them out, man. Yeah.
You think so? If you think that if Harris is elected, this is going to go away, number's going to double or triple. In 4 years, it might be 600,000 kids gone. Poof.
Yeah, it'll be like when you cross the border between California and Nevada, when you're going back into California and you go through that immigration station that used to be in Yermo, and now it's just south of Prim. Half the time, there's nobody in those booths. You just sail on.
I know.
And that'll be the way the border is. People will just be sailing through.
Yeah. So I heard a story this morning that George Soros backed PACs or whatever are facilitating getting illegal immigrants registered to vote. That they're actively doing that. Doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me.
That's got to be stopped too, right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. But Democrats won't vote on prove you're a citizen to they'll vote no for that bill to prove that you're a citizen in order to vote.
Yeah. Again, you know, voter ID. We need an ID for just about anything else we do in this country. Yet they don't feel that you need an ID to vote. And that's just mind-boggling.
Yeah, but you need an ID to get on a plane.
Yeah. And it's, you know, I don't know. It's mind-boggling. Just crazy. So,
all right, folks, we'll see you tomorrow.
have a good day. Take care. Thanks.